Hey, welcome everybody to another session of Court of Blades with the Neen Valley Role Playing Association. Sadly, tonight we don't have Martin with us playing Monty, and he's got plenty of things he would be doing. So we will keep him at the edge of the ball. As those of you who have watched before, remember we are at the summer ball. And excuse me, not the summer ball, the heading into winter ball, and things are going remarkably interestingly. And I'll bring you over now to the players. We can talk a little bit about this. And here we have Lorenzo, who is played by Felix. He was not there last time, though his character was spoken about quite a bit. Next to him, Pete and Christine playing Pietro and Sasha. And over to my right is Mocklin, played by Rob. We ended last session with a bold statement by Mocklin that he had wished that he had amplified, that he would marry Moon de Lavelle if it would help out House Corvetto's problem that they seem to have. It was dramatic. It was unforeseen. That's how this would play out. And I think we've caught Felix back up roughly on what's going on. So I think that's where we jump in. And I'll take you over to roll 20. So he looks at you, sighs. He says, I understand. You are making a grand gesture. I appreciate it. Ah, at Loto, yes. No, no, no. So he does he recognizes that you're unhappy with how this is played out, and he's trying to understand what is the problem. Um, eh, he says, "Is this something we should talk about more, or is the running of the race of stags? What's the problem?" She seems a comely wench. Ah, okay, very well, very well. With that, go ahead. Nice, and he does. That's fine. Golly, trying to get my roll 20 to do what I want this time has been a little bit harder than I'd like. Okay, so we see again the courtyard and the lords and ladies of Esseltari. We see Munda Lavelle, who, whether she has been informed by her lady in waiting um, or not about the paint on the back of her dress, which we see that Pete or Christine drew in nicely last time on roll 20. Um, yeah, yeah. Black. Now she has a dark red green dress with gold and black accents. Her maid in waiting in slightly lighter green with cream tints as accents. Both sat on that bench. The maid in waiting who was talked to, I think, by Monty last time. Is that right, or is it you, Pete? It was Monty. She was quite upset and back to the table and was, but he tried to set her at ease, and it seemed like that went okay. Okay, thank you. So, looking around the room, Mocklin, you see that Sasha is where?
I don't know.
You were up on the.
Yeah, I was up on the.
That's where you
balcony.
started. Is that where you are now?
There.
You're still there.
I'm taking the security of this event very seriously.
Okay.
I'm basically scouring down. I'm very perturbed at the moment that Bocklin and Moon seem to be in deep discussion over there for some reason. Not happy.
Okay. So that's where we will find Lorenzo at this point.
I worry that it will be an offence. It will be seen as an offence to House Lavelle. Unfortunately, Moon is allowed to hire her as a secretary if that's what she chooses to do. She's the one that has to decide whether her background is fitting to that task or not. And she has been hired as a secretary, it would appear. Whether she is capable of the task is another thing, but sadly, no. No, it seems that Moon has hired her. Since she's lost her position at the orphanage, it would appear Moon has now hired her as a secretary.
May I clarify? She is indeed, as far as we know, according to the spy who talked to Monty, according to, I think that was the main source you have of this, is that this lady is supposedly a distant relative of the Lavelles in from the country and is currently working as a secretary supporting Moon de Lavelle. And I think she went by Aunt Amelia de Lavelle, of Lavelle, not Dub, and is, I guess it would be your word against, don't know. Hmm.
Sorry. Hang on. You've just said to me that Moon de Lavelle wants to marry Mocklin, but I haven't been privy to that downstairs, so that would be complete news to me.
Oh, yes.
So Sasha's looking extremely shocked, and she looks back down now. And now she's even more worried about the fact that Mocklin's down there with Moon.
Ooh.
What's going through Sasha's head right at this minute is basically that special disposable, detachable, undetectable gun that she was given by Pietro, that she's hidden in the skirts of her dress, that she was supposed to use at the theatre, might come in very handy to kill Moon right now. So she's considering putting it together and basically taking a pot shot from the balcony at Moon.
Well, you might not be able to do it at the party, but you might be able to do it as when she leaves the party. Well, I mean, I only knew her as you know, the madam of the, or the mistress of the orphanage. I don't know what her name was. Do we know what her name was?
I think we did, but I don't have it at my immediate disposal. But it was not Amelia.
Yeah.
No. That's what the spy told Monty. So there's another little wrinkle for you to think about, Lorenzo. I wonder, so if this Isabella is the Isabella of your youth, there's two possibilities. One is that Moon de Lavelle has carefully dug through and found her, which doesn't seem quite as plausible because she's been in the employ for a while. In fact, and has said so. The other option is we know that she worked for the Senora of Roses, and there could be very much a that she is still working for the Senora of Roses and providing information. But she probably would recognize that lady, wouldn't she?
I think that might be worth doing first. See if you can get some news from her, since she's acting as Moon's maid.
Yeah. Oh no, you don't like this woman. You've been abused by her at some point. So as you're having this conversation, the camera pans up from this beautiful party where you see all the dancers. You can see Mocklin is standing still close to grandfather Corvetto and Uncle Loto. You can see that across the room by the tables that are set up with food, you can see the little party that's gathered around Moon, and and you see Pietro. Where is he?
He's just mingling in the party.
mingling in the party. And then the camera zooms up over this grand view of the city, pans across, and drops down onto the grand facade of House Bastion. Climbing on the roof is a dark, covered figure who moves stealthily, swings over a lintel and holds on down and manages to finagle an upper floor window open and slips quietly into the house.
Sorry, who's seeing this?
No, none of you are seeing this. This is purely.
Oh, none of us are seeing this.
Ah,
So none of my guys on the roof are seeing this.
No, this is over at House Bastion.
Oh, at House Bastion.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm totally out.
I'm sorry. I said Bastion. I meant your house.
Yeah.
So Bastion, yes. Sorry. Yes, your house. You don't.
We don't.
This is for the greater picture of what's happening. All 1,000 of them. Yep. But that's just something that we'll discover later. The camera zooms back across and down and picks up with a dance that is being is just started, and it's the young cadets, and they are dancing with a finishing school young ladies, and it is an intricate new dance that has been imported, and so they're trying to sort of I'm sorry, Rob. I'm trying to read that. Um, um, and so some people are watching, trying to learn this, etc. And at the lead of one of the lines is, of course, a handsome young man who we all know so well because of his relationship with Sasha. No, and he's enjoying himself. He's doing well. He does at the end of the dance. He does look around like he's trying to find someone and doesn't know exactly where they are, and then moves over towards the table to pick up some food. The camera watches as a lady with a green dress, and she's got gold and black accents and a strange paint stripe across her rear, leans over and whispers something to him, and we see her hand hover slightly over his glass as he's and then he turns and walks away. Okay, back to you guys.
Did any of us see that?
I think that probably Sasha would have seen that from her position, where she's standing talking with Lorenzo.
Who's the young man?
Sasha?
So this is the cadet, is it?
Yes. This is
Your
Jorah.
Okay, so that pistol that I was on about hiding in my robe comes out very quickly, and basically I'm going to fire across at the glass that he's holding and make sure it smashes.
Wow.
If I can pull it off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
You hear, Rob? Are you frozen? You just looked frozen. Yeah. Nice. So
hey, if I clip him in the leg and he falls over and breaks the glass, there's still a win-win.
That's
as far as I'm
still a win.
concerned.
So so I am gonna quickly for
I've got no other way of getting down there fast.
For myself. And let me see here.
I want the glass to basically almost explode if necessary.
Okay.
But, you know.
So he sadly, as he picks it up, he turns and the glass is is his body is between you and the glass. By the time your weapon is out, you are looking for a line through a crowd.
Oh, I'm jumping over the balcony and then jumping into the.
Oh, that's there. You know, there are some curtains hanging and
It's only
colored things.
one floor level.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is absolutely true. And it is fairly dark over at the side you're at. You might even be able to do it without drawing ridiculous attention.
Okay.
Your ball gown.
Do a dagger drop.
Dagger drop, yeah.
There you go.
Dagger into the.
Yeah, just slide down it.
And slide down.
Yeah. Very good. So, interesting thoughts. So you got a roll to make here.
I have.
And
what do you want me to roll?
So this you're going to be
skirmish, maybe.
You can do that could do. What are you thinking?
Or well, so, I mean, carefully track a target and hunt's not really. Yeah, no, I'm thinking skirmish.
Okay.
Go for skirmish.
So skirmish.
Yeah.
If you want, let's see here. Your intent is not so much to be stealthy; it's just to do it. Correct?
Yep.
Got it.
Oh no, I'm very happy to bring as much attention to this as I need to.
Very good. Very, very good.
Okay. I'm very happy for Moon to know that I witnessed exactly what that evil little bitch just did. So you know.
Oh yes.
Hey, hang on.
There's some.
You can't call it that.
There's some strong feelings tonight.
That's Lorenzo's girlfriend.
Yeah. Good.
She doesn't know it,
she ain't
but
gonna survive. She ain't going to survive the nuptials. Let's just put it that way.
It's a very no. That's not
Mockland.
Moon de Lavelle.
Yes, it was.
It's not Moon de It was Moon de Lavelle who put her hand over the glass.
Flata, or it was not Isabella.
Yeah.
I thought it was Isabella.
That would have been cool. I should have thought of that.
No, Isabella wouldn't be that evil. I don't think she'd be prepared to follow. No, I'm going for
the glass.
I'm going after the captain. So if you go after Moon, please do send a monkey in with a poisoned dagger.
Ooh, I love it.
If I can keep it intact, that'll be fine. But I don't know that I have the time necessary to be that careful with it.
There will be someone who's very good with sleight of hand.
So I will be saying that you are moving ridiculously fast. And so let's adjudicate what happens with this leap. I would hate for you to break a leg or something like that.
Well, hey, even if I do that, I should be basically making a huge ruckus to basically
absolutely
stop him. I'm trying to do anything I can to stop him raising that glass to his lips. I think I'm going to be enough distraction as it is, but I think I will be a distraction whereby you could send the monkey in and people wouldn't notice it. So if you want to send the monkey in,
to do
send
something.
it in on Moon. Because I think this will give you a very, very good opportunity to basically stab the bitch with something if you want.
Okay. Unnoticed? Okay. I would think, I know it is a tiny, tiny monkey. Okay.
Petticoat.
So there's two rolls coming up.
Speaking as a lady who has worn those petticoats before, you wouldn't notice the extra weight.
Okay. That's very good to know. I was trying to do that in my head, and I didn't have much reference to go with. So that helps. Okay, so there's 2 rolls to be made. I think you had. Did you have a whispered conversation, or did Lorenzo just make this decision? Because that adds several seconds to. Got it. So there's no pause for your discussion. It is just go. Okay.
Yeah, I think if Sasha was saying anything, the only thing she would be saying is "get Moon."
And boom, you're over the side.
I'm over the side.
Very good.
Hey,
Murder on the Dance Floor, which, by the way, is popular again. Go ahead and.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Very good. So, roll from Sasha.
Okay,
It's
so
going to
I'm
be hunt.
rolling skirmish. No,
skirmish.
Aren't I? Oh,
Okay.
do you want hunt? You can have
No,
to
no, no, no.
roll,
I just
but...
said it. I just said it out loud. Skirmish.
Okay,
And
so rolling skirmish.
you're gonna add.
I'm using my luck
Okay. Very
token
good.
charm that I've got. So I take it this is risky,
Yes.
or is it desperate?
You know what? Let's go ahead and move this to desperate.
Okay. It's definitely not controlled. I'm telling you that right now.
No, and
The effect
you're
of
jumping
this.
rapidly in the dark.
Well, it's not in the dark. I'm
No,
jumping
no.
into a well-lit ballroom.
Yeah, yeah.
Not in the dark.
Yep. That's true. That's true.
So the effects of
Okay.
this will be standard, limited, great, extreme, zero.
I'm gonna say that it's.
I think it's gonna be great if it's done. If it comes off.
I think it's gonna be standard, and great would be that it's gonna do something well beyond what you actually intended. I think
Okay.
standard is you land and you're fine. You haven't hurt yourself or anyone around you, and you've drawn some attention, but not a massive amount.
Okay. And I am also going to use some stress on this, burn some stress.
Okay.
Get another dice.
Absolutely.
As well as my lucky charm.
There.
Okay.
How many are you up to?
That's 2 dice extra.
Okay. Total. How many? Oh, bunches of
5
dice.
dice.
Look at that. Okay. We have a absolute success and then some. So let's figure out how this then some.
Critical.
That's a critical. Okay. So
So
we will say with the
she's
critical.
she's landing and she's
So there is
bursting through and making her way over to
absolutely
Captain as fast as she can.
Quickly
She
grab
wants
the
this,
glass from his hand.
She wants this glass out of his hand. She puts her hand over the top of the glass to stop him putting it to his lips and pulls it out of his hand.
Brings it into
absolutely.
Moon
No.
Bell's face, whose
Ah.
mouth is open. It goes into her
Yeah,
mouth.
that'd be nice. No.
Well, we'll end it at you've got the glass. But I'd like to add, you did not injure yourself. You did not mess up your dress in any way,
no.
shape, or form. You. I think so. I think you see, because Moon is not far away. She's only, maybe 6 feet away from where you're standing. And you see the monkey just.
Yeah, I'm going to smoothly pivot the captain into my arms, and we're going to basically be on the dance floor dancing.
Very
I've
good.
got my hand over this cup, and I've got the cup in my hand.
And I will say,
glass in my hand, basically.
with the
I'm
double,
making sure that nothing spills out of this glass. I want this as evidence.
Very good.
That cow
and
is
sadly,
going down for this
and
one.
Sadly, no flames come out of your ass.
And
well, no. But they might come out of the monkey's ass yet, so
yeah. The other thing from this is that as you darted through the crowd, you actually did not bump, jostle. You just the way just was miraculously clear amongst the dancers, etc. I mean, you rolled a critical, so there has been minimal craziness over this party, besides a young lady rushing across and grabbing her paramour to take to the dance floor. Maybe looking a little desperate, I don't know, but whatever. Okay, you are on the dance floor with Jorah. Oh, that was crazy.
And I'm gonna, now that I've got him out on the dance floor and I'm dancing with him, I'm gonna whisper in his ear. She put something in your drink. Do not make a move to this, and don't make a move to her. But we're having her for this.
He starts to turn his head to look at her. And what do you do?
I'm gonna stop him. Stop
Okay.
him from looking at her.
Okay.
Basically.
Yep. Little hand.
With a kiss. I'm gonna give him a
quick kiss.
Kiss him passionately and stop him.
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
him looking.
There is a slight stutter in the dance step, but he is graceful, if nothing else, and picks it right back up. He says, "You think that the lady over there with the paint problem was doing something?"
I should just gently whisper into it, I saw what she did to your glass.
Absolutely. You're needing to roll for the monkey's effect. Well, the effect of getting the monkey in and set. I'm having a hard time with those. Yeah. Okay. It's also desperate, and it's going to be limited effect. So when you go into downtime, you will be able to vie for that if actual revenge is done. I'm sorry? Yes, please. Perfect. Effect goes up to standard. Very good. Let's do it. I like it. Two. Yes. Do you have a luck charm or something similar that you can mark off for that one free extra die during the session? That's probably not it. Where am I? Lucky what? Okay. I'm actually really rapidly bringing up your sheet. Let's see here. I need to go over. You have a lucky charm. I see it. It's right. It's a gear and just down below, just above Flint and Steel. So you can click that and get an extra die. I'm sorry. Okay, if you scroll all the way to the right, so you can see all your. You just keep scrolling down now. You'll see bonus dice. You'll see your gear. Gotcha. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Yes. So you've done stress. You use your luck, and look at that. It was that. Where'd you roll? I'm not seeing your dice. I'm still seeing Christine's. A 5. There it is. Okay. So let's see here. So we have success with a complication. The monkey understands your goal. Yes. With a 5. Yes. No, no. The only time that you have a absolute success with no possible issues is with a 6. Um, no, no, no. Which is the fun part of the game because it keeps it rolling. Now, what I'm going to say is your monkey. Um, he looks back over his shoulder as he scampers through the dance floor. He lifts up the back edge of the skirt and is hidden underneath. The complication that's added here is at this point, you really don't have any means of communication. Yes, you're aware the monkey's there. Oh, yeah, there's that too. Ah, there is that. If it's good and loud, that's true. Okay, just not the subtleties thereof. Okay, standing with Moon is Alric and also the so-called Aunt Amelia. You guys have your dance with Jorah, and he's
Mm-hmm.
very happy to see you. He says, "I didn't see you at the start of the ball."
I have been covering the security for this. It is very
Oh,
important to our house that nothing goes wrong.
oh,
It's
absolutely. I'm sure that this is what your first ball to run as a house. It would be absolutely dreadful if something even halfway embarrassing happened.
exactly. It is why I cannot allow that witch to drug people. So I'm now moved. I sort of say to him, it has been lovely, my dear, but now I'm afraid I must ensure that she is removed.
Ah, well,
Since I have witnessed what she did, I'm going to basically be looking to security to get it, basically kick her out.
well, please, please be subtle. With who? Moon. Okay.
I think that yeah, I think that Lachlan is going to be getting his not Lachlan, sorry, Lorenzo is going to be getting his way because my intention is that security is going to be sweeping Moon and all of her people up and putting them into a room.
When you say all of her people, are you meaning all of the House Lavelle that's here?
No, her people immediately. So
Ah.
her secretary, and probably her maid actually. So
Hmm. She and her, I call not call them a coterie. Maybe I would call them a coterie. Are moving down the table of food away from you guys at this point, where there are tables set up at the far end of this U-shaped courtyard. They, by the time you reach her, Lorenzo, she is standing at a table, and there's a elderly gentleman wearing the House Lavelle colors, who has a couple of younger men with him, and they're chatting. There's some ladies sitting sort of in between each of the gentlemen, and they there looks like they were playing a game of cards, and the older man seems quite interested in whatever it is that Moon de Lavelle is saying, and the young man at his right hand seems a little disgusted. But so she's sort of leaning at the table. Do you want to tap her on the shoulder, or do you want to wait, let her finish what she's saying to the the, the Lavelle? Oh, you tap her shoulder, and she and you can see a frown crease the Lavelle's face. It's not usual that one of the heads of houses is interrupted during a conversation. Um, and she turns and says, "Oh, excuse me. Are you one of those new workers here?" "Oh no." Okay. So she pauses and she says, "I think not." And then she goes to take a seat at the table with the other Lavelle. Very good. Would you please get me a drink?
Sasha's over by Mocklin very quickly and passes in the glass. Oh, not
Ooh.
Woohoo!
Okay. Okay. So let's describe this. I think that the there's some movement across to get the drink. Okay. And during that time, she is engaged in the conversation with the others. Um, and then you walk back across with the drink. You whistle. She goes, "Oh," and kicks at the back of her calf, like what, like you sort of swat if there's like a bug or something. And then she sees you and says, "Ah," and "I'm sorry." Yes, no, no. She says, "I'm sorry." Hmm. Her head cocks, and if she had a beard, she'd be stroking it, but she obviously does not. And
Oh,
she
she does.
says,
No, she definitely does have a
"Yeah."
beard.
She says, "I."
Maybe the monkey can stroke it for her.
She says, "I politely decline." "Oh, and what is this that is so important that I drink?" She whispers back. "Ah, is it?" Okay. She sits back to her chair, leans back away from you, where leaning in now would be really weird because it's a round table with these people and you're sort of looming over. And she takes this glass and she looks at it. She turns her in her chair and she waves across to you, Sasha, and then she delicately downs the entire thing. And then she flashes a little smile in your direction, Sasha.
Well, she might be immune. She might be immune,
She could well be immune.
or alternatively, she might have just done it to provoke a response and didn't actually do anything to the drink.
Did we actually see anything go in, or was a hand just hovering above?
And hovering that just over it. Yeah.
Hmm. Mm. Mm. Now there is still the monkey that's in play. Absolutely.
Oh, you can. Yes, you can.
Do you have something? You probably do.
Oh.
Now, now, do know a quick thought before you do this. As I in my position here as GM, I'm not here to stop you, but the one consideration you might have before making that decision would be now suddenly you would be the poisoner at this ball. Ah, you poop juice. That's a different game.
No.
That's plays in the
You could
dark.
always have. You could always do a flashback
Yes, you could to making something like that.
or going to an apothecary.
Absolutely.
No.
You want to include that? So absolutely. So do you make this yourself or do you purchase this from someone? Okay. Absolutely. Well, you've got plenty of influence and whatever you want. So go ahead and give me a roll of some sort to that will signify your ability to have found this stuff, um, um, that you think is going to do exactly what it does, and its effectiveness. I'm sorry.
Hmm?
I see, because he's got that on his for subterfuge supplies. I've got to be careful here because everybody quotes me for precedent. When I think there'll be more, yeah, things to help you be sneaky. Your call. You're not making it, so it's probably not a tinker. Okay, to found the person and got the right thing, etc. Fine, happy with that. No, I think this bit is actually no. It is, yeah. Go ahead. Um, I am going to say risky because it might have a different effect than you exactly wanted if you roll poorly. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll do what it says. Okay, so be careful because you've used. You're going to be charged stress for this flashback as well. This is a tour. Okay, I just wanted to warn you that before I popped it on you in a minute. Okay, fair enough.
I think Mockland's still entertaining.
There's a 5. I like it. Fives are fours and fives are the things that make this game move forward.
The bread and butter of the GM.
Absolutely. Rob. Anyway, Rob's practicing his jokes over here in the chat in case people were wondering why I'm laughing. So you go to the bar where you see that there's a glass that you guys assume is poisoned. Yes? Yep. Yes. And that flashback, so you assume there's already poison in this glass. Your character thinks that. But you also want to add this extra. True. Got it. So you do your motion as you bring it back. No one notices. You're successful. Um, I say no one notices. I like that the 5 is here to give me a little extra fun. I think someone does notice, but I'm not going to tell you who quite yet because that'll be even more fun. She takes the glass, she does her smirks and everything back to Sasha, and she drinks it down. Ha, ha, ha. How long is this roughly going to take, Lorenzo, for effect on her gut? Okay. 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 I'm going to make you make a roll for the subtlety of the monkey. Mm-hmm. And getting the monkey out. Okay. Yep. Yep. Oh, I think this is risky. I think it's a standard effect. And poker a little bit. Yep. Yes. Okay.
Oh dear.
You
Oh,
know, once
oh dear, she pooped out a monkey.
A happy smile on the GM's face when someone rolls twos.
I ah I love it. I'm so glad that I threw in an extra roll. I should do more rolls. Um, I think you did the right thing is doing that. So what I'll say is, instead of
The monkey
the monkey
drops down.
coming
Unfortunately, Moon stands on it and it squeals
worse,
very loud.
slightly worse than that is, um, as it's starting to come out, she she there's this little half second of look where she sees you, and there's the half smile plays that she always does to you guys, and then she screams like, the hysterical lady goes, "Oh, there's a rat!" and she kicks it out into the dance floor, and there are
Oh,
numerous
I'm at
people
the dance
going,
floor. Don't
"Ah,
touch it.
a rat!" Okay. Ooh,
Ooh, I like it.
Ah, the
Yeah,
breakdance. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
like dancing
did, you
monkey.
did, you did, you did, you did.
Named it on that.
Trained it.
To which I'm going to have you do another roll.
Oh yeah.
This consort again. You did. You're giving a command. You're so is this a flashback though? Speaking of which, your flashback that you did, give yourself what was it? What did it say about the stress on that? No, I don't. I don't think that was a distraction or mayhem. It was definitely subtlety. What I will go ahead. You are now, but it's not part of the flashback, so it's not a flashback. So you whistle it out to the monkey who has been just been punted. So hopefully this dazed monkey will hear and jump up and do exactly as you say.
Oh, you're so mean to this little monkey. Dazed monkey.
I think so. I think that's what you did last time is to give commands. I think that turns into a really good one.
What are you up to?
Very good. That's you
Oh,
do. You knocked it out. It. I think that there's some risk involved in how people are responding to this and the situation. But I think the effect will be standard in that the effect you're seeking is for the monkey to do what it does, and that the situation turns into more of a farce than a embarrassment. I'd say standard. Yeah, let's do that. Do you want to, are you if you do that? That would. Hmm. If- Rob. Yep. And then you're out. Yeah. But you got a scandal. You got a. All right.
Oh no.
Wow. Now this is so you whistle to the monkey who shakes his little head, starts to stand up to do when this very heavy set man trying to dance steps on him. Your monkey takes an injury that in your downtime you can seek him a chance to get helped. Yes, please. Yep. Mm. Okay. I like that. I will permit you. Actually, for the monkey, but go ahead. So you roll. You do the stress. Let's make a roll.
woohoo!
Look at that. Well done. So like that, the man steps, and as far as you can see, Lorenzo, this man steps right on your monkey. But when he lifts his foot, your monkey scampers away off the side of the dance floor, looking fairly terrified. And you may have to try and find it at this point because it's gone off. And Moon de Lavelle behind you goes, "Oh, was that your pet?" Okay, I was going to have to apologize for kicking it. Oh, good. I'm sure that he doesn't. Yes, he is. I would love to meet him at some point. Ah, a dance with you. She says, "Actually, I think I'm going to stay here with my friends." She looks at you. Okay,
Oh,
and you start.
that black ink stain is not going to be alone for very long. It's going to be joined by some brown. Brown very soon. Very
Very
soon.
good. So, as which joke is that? He will when once that actually finally comes. But um I would say that Rob, as far as in this seating area, the Corvettos are not sitting. Their table's not directly beside the Lavelles. They have, unless you preset where everyone would sit, they have chosen to sit um, fairly central to the spread of tables at the base of this U-shaped courtyard, um, where the grandfather has the broad view of everyone that's dancing, what's going on around the food table, and is able to glance over his shoulder either side and see most of the tables, aside from those that are back away further behind him. The Lavelles are off to one side, almost to the edge. Um, and you see the cadet has sort of lounged back in his chair and kicked his boots out. He's wearing affected cavalry type uniform and has a is wearing spurs. You saw him um, go over there. You saw him leave and come back with the glass. Um, yeah. So I think you did. Okay. Mm. Mm.
Circular brown marks around the dance floor.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Gonna be flicking poo everywhere.
Ah. So they start up, and it is a fairly high tempo waltz, and you take her across the floor and are in mid dance.
Winging
Dear.
her round and round and round.
Bouncing up and down.
Bouncing up and down. Chicken,
Very good.
chicken, spinity, 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 spinity.
Mm.
Well, you might be able to do that with a bit of blood magic, you know.
Mm. Nice. So as you're walking away, Lorenzo, um, you can see where Pietro is, and he maybe unconsciously is standing. You're not very far from the table with Lavelles, but it's where the end of the food tables comes down off the backside of that U and meets up with all the seating tables. Um, there is a striking young lady who you thought you might have recognized standing just beside Pietro, though he is turned talking to someone else. And she is standing sort of uncomfortably with her back to the table. And next to her, you recognize the lady who used to beat you. And with them is standing a very competent looking swordsman who you know is Alric of the now of Lavelle, once before of Almari, and a constant problem for your group. Oh, they're not in conversation. No, she's just standing there. The lady next to her is actually talking to Alric a little bit. No. Ah, so her eyes catch yours, and you also see that the elderly lady, her eyes catch yours as well. She goes, "Oh, look, he looks like such a naughty boy." She nudges Isabella, as we know the name. Um, he says he probably could use a spanking. No, she doesn't know it is that it might be the other Isabella. She knows the name because that is the name of this maid in waiting. She does a curtsy because Lorenzo, that name sounds vaguely familiar. Oh, and that the elderly lady's head snaps around. Oh, it sure appeared that way to me. Are you removing her from that situation?
They're standing right next to each other.
Yeah.
Can we dance?
Okay. You can feel a slight shudder in her hand, and she steps with you towards the dance floor. Um, the the lady, the old lady. Oh, okay. There's always that scare. Okay. Okay. So you draw her towards the dance floor and then off to pull her to the side. You can feel the eyes of the your former head mistress on your back. Her subtle dig about beating you was not missed. Um, yes, it was just another cruelty to add to what she has already done. Wow, well done. Wow. She says it was rough after you left. Things got some worse. I always thought you'd come back. I think you just got out of there. It just was so horrific. And that's why your brain was fighting with you saying that you needed to go back and fix it. She cocks her head at you. Really? Oh, I agree. I heard what happened. Why is she where she is now? That's not her. That's I know who she is. You don't miss that face. Yes. You know, in the house, they all call her Aunt Amelia now. And Lavelle. Lavelle. Yeah. She's brand new. I don't understand this. This is a move I hadn't seen from Moon. Oh, she's a snake in the grass, but she has found a kindred spirit. She sees you laugh. Oh, ah, very good. I she looks at you, cocks her head. When uh, when when you left, I endured as long as I could, and then um, she sold me to the Senora of Roses. I I proved to be very competent in all of my school lessons as a young woman, and she took me into her confidence and placed me as a lady in waiting for the House Lavelle, where I have served for a few years now before being selected by Moon to be her personal servant. Absolutely. Oh, not. No, of course not. Yes.
Nothing breathing out.
Ah, very good. And so the camera pans away from you and goes back over to Sasha. What is Sasha doing?
Yes. I'm basically now that the captain is safe and that I've basically ensured that he's checking everything he eats and drinks before it touches his lips. I'm heading back up. I'm back up on the balcony, basically backing up the security and
Okay.
keeping my eye on the whole
Very, very good.
family.
Pietro, what, if
Hmm.
anything, are you thinking about might be some things that could be valuable during this period that you could be up to? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All of your team.
No, I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head except just to sort of be ready in case anything happens. So just sort of,
Very, very good. So I don't want to end this so rapidly, but this is actually I think, a really interesting piece in that at this point, with a nod to each other, Grandpa, uh, the uh, the the Corvetto stands up ca- carefully, steadying himself on the table, and next to him stands Uncle Loto, and there's a tink 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 on the glass that the everyone stops immediately, even though it's not that loud. Eyes have been upon his motion, and you're out on the dance floor, Rob, and you are now standing with her. I think you still have a hold of her, and maybe to the casual observer, it would look almost like a pleasant hold. But the voice of the Corvetto booms out across the crowd. And by the way, this voice is amplified. You know that someone has done that for him. He says, "We have the great pleasure on this beautiful evening in a great ball by our new house. I personally find this a very fine ball." And with that, he has sealed this as a good deal. He says, "We have the pleasure of announcing a momentous event for our friends in House Lavelle and our friends in House Bastion coming together with the heir of the House Garnetine now in marriage. You see them now together." And everybody's eyes turn to the two of you, Rob. Yes. Well, his brother's dead.
It
well.
is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now.
And it is at that moment that a tuba sound happens, and there is a serious issue for Moon de Lavelle. The camera pans out from the aghast looks, and we will pause there for the evening. The things that I did not get to cover a little bit are some things that are going on with, of course, Monty and his issues. I would have liked to have gotten to deal with those a little bit more tonight. We will get to that at a slightly different time. But if you guys haven't earned her ire yet, this will be very, very interesting to see how it plays out. As we come back next time, we will be doing some downtime because I think that there's some people that might need to deal out a little bit of stress. But I think Pietro did just fine. He knows how to handle himself at a ball. There's no issues there. We had a couple of exciting events, and we ended on with a bang, so to speak.
Oh,
Very, very well done. I thought it was a very eventful end of autumn ball. Bravo, team. Well done. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the stream and then chat with my players a little bit longer.